In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate, peace be upon all of you, my distinguished students, colleagues, and faculty members, our distinguished guest. I'd like to welcome you all to this virtual symposium with the title of A Success Story of a Graduate in a World Full of Challenges and Opportunities. This symposium today is one of the series of symposia organized by the Core Curriculum Program, Deanship of General Studies at Qatar University. I am Mariam Al-Kuwari, the Associate Director of the Core Curriculum Program, and it's my pleasure and honor to open up this session with a very famous saying that attracted my attention. Man without art is like a ship with no captain. If this ship went into the sea, it goes losing direction, doesn't know where to go, and it might go to a piece of land. Human self without art is like a palace that is furnished, but it has no spirit of life. Thus, our distinguished guest today, the visual artist, Miss Jamila Al-Ansari. She is a Qatari artist who innovated in the field of drawing and art and visual art especially. She managed to exist as a passionate artist with her colors and brush. Art for her is not just an achievement or a number of paintings, but exhibition to the audience, but it is a social responsibility and a beautiful art which is intellectual and raising awareness. I'd like to welcome our guest and now the floor is over to our student to introduce our guest and the session today. I'd like to hello everyone. I'd like to welcome you all. I'd like to introduce myself. I am one of the core curriculum students, and it's my pleasure to introduce our session today. It's my pleasure to give you a brief introduction about our distinguished guest. She is Miss Jamila Al-Ansari. She is a visual artist, a Qatari visual artist. She is also graduated from Qatar University, a bachelor degree in art education. She has a distinguished position as a specialist in visual art in the Ministry of Youth and Sports. She's also the associate director of Adana Center for Girls. She participated in many exhibitions locally, regionally, and internationally. And some of the most significant contributions is pen exhibition gallery in Iwan in 2023, art exhibition for freedom in Bin Jalmoud in 2022, process exhibition in gallery Al-Markhiyya in 2020, and Discover India in the Islamic Art Museum exhibition in 2020, and the exhibition of China Spirit in the eyes of famous artists in 2018, and she has lots of other exhibitions. She's also participated in different exhibitions. She participated in Expo China 2019. In addition to this, she held lots of personal exhibitions where she showed her work. Some of her contributions that she designed the Bridge Symposium slogan for girls in 2014, and she has been awarded the award of Dr. Suad Sabah in the Gulf for creativity in Kuwait in 2016. I will not say much about our guest speaker today. Now it's turn to our artist, Ms. Jamila Al-Ansari, to start her session and her presentation. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon all of you, everybody. I'd like to welcome you all, everybody. And I'd like to welcome Qatar University and the core curriculum for hosting me today. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. I am Jamila Mansour Ansari. I'm a graduate of art education in 2006 from Qatar University. My specialization has a story. Uh, I am a graduate of high school science specialty, and when I specialized in, I had a story. Uh, I, when I joined Qatar University, I started with the foundation program, and then I started to go to art education in Qatar University. I started to meet some of my colleagues, and some of my colleagues were specialized in art education, which have some notebooks and that are different from our normal class notebooks. So when we have a break together with my colleagues, I started to see that my colleagues are drawing very beautiful pictures, and later on I started to love passion. I started to love and be passionate about art. So I went to my parents and asked their permission to change the specialization from biology to art education. So I was happily studying art education at Qatar University, and I graduated successfully in 2006. After my graduation, I didn't know after my specialization. um so after specialization, I started to know. Uh, I started to ask myself, where should I go? Shall I apply for a job? Will I be an art education teacher in schools? Uh, but I didn't want to be an art education teacher. I wanted to be free, to be a famous artist. Uh, I'd like to give workshop in drawing, uh, drawing on glass, but on my own way. I didn't want to be restricted with a curriculum or a teaching material. Or an expressive lesson. I wanted to be free myself and to have my own school of art, visual art. So I applied to get a job in the Ministry of Culture and Minister of Youth. Uh, After I got the job at the Ministry of Culture and Ministry of Youth, uh, I, I, I was appointed in Girls Center for Art. I started to offer a lot of workshops for drawing and visual art. Uh, um, I started to develop and to be more creative, and I started to search. Uh, So graduation from university with a certificate is not the end itself. It's just the start of a journey after graduation. I wanted to contribute more with my skill and talent. Uh, I started to search more, and I started to develop myself to gain more skills and experience in different training programs. I did not stop after graduation. Uh, So I really loved attending lots of exhibitions of other artists and to discuss their work and to benefit from their experience. At this time, we had lots of workshops at the Art Creativity Center and Visual Art centers. There are lots of centers that offer training workshops. So I was really passionate about being involved with these artists to attend these training programs and to attend their exhibitions. Uh, an artist uh, would see the artwork on the phone or in a newspaper or anywhere would be totally different from the artist who attends the exhibition and sees the artwork and see the texture and the layers of the drawing, uh, how it was painted with the brush. So it gives lots of insight when you attend it, an exhibition face to face. And when you hear the artist talking about his artwork, to understand where his inspiration came from. How did he develop, or how did she develop? Uh, a small dot on the right in an artwork would have a meaning which is different from another dot on the left or in the middle. So each drop of a brush or a dot in any art or drawing has a meaning. So you wouldn't be able to know this without listening attentively to the artist himself and understand what his message is. So the main purpose of attending these sessions or exhibitions is to benefit from these artists. So every artist has his own way of holding a pen or holding the brush. How does he foreground the painting with using the background colors? Each artist has his or her combination of colors, use of the brush, and this has added a lot to me through the exhibitions I attended and the artists I talked to. I have contributed a lot internally and externally as an artist. I I I was awarded Dr. Suad in 2016 in Kuwait prize, and so it was a workshop for visual art for all Gulf countries, and I was awarded a prize there where I contributed with my work. So each artist was allowed to present two of his artwork, and thanks to Allah, I was awarded a prize in this exhibition. I have lots of contributions in Qatar and outside Qatar. So I contributed in group exhibitions in since 2003 for 3 years until 2006, and I presented an exhibition in Jisra for Girls Symposium in 2007, and after that I contributed in 2012 in Souq Waqif art exhibition, and um, and after that uh, I also contributed to another exhibition called Malawal in Islamic Art Museum in 2012. I also was one of the artists who contributed to Qatari Association Friends for Arts for Visual Arts in 2012, and I also contributed to exhibition of female graduates of Qatar University in 2012, and the youth exhibition in London, and in collaboration with the youth culture minister in 2013. I also designed the slogan of Al Jisra Girls Symposium in 2014 for the Ministry of Culture, Arts and Heritage, and I contributed to the symposium in Souq Waqif for Arts in 2014, and also I contributed for a workshop and the first youth salon in 2015. And also I contributed in Al Asmah Atelier in 2014, and I also contributed with lots of work in different in the Visual Arts Center in 2001, and in France also in 2015 I contributed with my work, and also in the Crafts Doha Symposium I contributed in the visual art management in Qatar in 2015. And other than drawing, and also I was passionate about calligraphy. I contributed in the China soul in the eyes of Arab famous artists in 2018, and Expo China in 2019. Discover India in the Islamic Art Museum 2020, and also the Playground exhibition in 2021, and Art for Freedom in 2022 in Benjelmood Museum in Misherib. In Qalam or Pen exhibition in Yuan Gallery in 2023. I also contributed in this one, where I had calligraphy and these artworks were about love, human beings' love to himself, to his neighbors, to his family. Some of the challenges that I faced at the start, I was shy as a Qatari female artist to stand and show my visual art. And stand next to my visual art and to explain it to attendees. It was really a challenge for me at the very beginning, especially with the crowded openings, lots of people and journalists and photography. To explain the message of my artwork and talk about it and discuss it with the audience was really a challenge for me at the very beginning of my career as a visual art, to stand and explain everything to the photographers and journalists. I overcome this challenge once I started to learn from the training programs in the different centers how to face the audience, how to get in touch with the media. So I overcome all these challenges through the training programs that I attended. It enabled me to overcome this challenge through the different workshops I attended, from which I learned a lot. In Qatar, we've got lots of artwork in different exhibitions. So I started to. I'm really proud to explain my message, my artwork, and I felt really strong when I explained how I used colors, how I used my brush to express my feelings and my message of the artwork. My artwork expressed lots of things. I moved from realism and expressive school of art until I reached to the calligraphy passion, especially the Diwani calligraphy, where I have a passion for the Arabic calligraphy and the beauty of the Arabic calligraphy. So I moved from realism, expressive school of art to the calligraphy. One of the best artwork is Salam, where I contributed in Qatar, where this exhibition was talking about peace and how we can search for peace. And so one word, as you can see it, which has been lit by neon light. So 4 meters by 4 meters, and it was in Qatar exhibition. You can see it until now, and it's about human peace. Some of the most beautiful contributions also is my journey to the China with an invitation from the Chinese embassy to contribute to the Chinese soul exhibition in the eyes of Arab famous artists that was organized by the Ministry of Culture in China. This work, this exhibition was about 20 days, where we have been there in China for about 20 days in different, we have moved to 3 different cities where we get inspired by the Chinese culture. It was really a fruitful journey where I learned a lot about Chinese artists and their culture, and was also happy to meet lots of Arab artists. I contributed at the end with 2 visual arts, um, which contribute about love and peace for a better world. I like to introduce and offer my workshops and training programs where I find fun and enjoyment, where my message about beauty, about talent should be conveyed to the audience. So my contribution was really necessary for as an artist, as a teacher of art. So all art workshops are really fun and joy. My source of inspiration and creativity is the environment surrounding us, my neighborhood. Uh, Everything surrounding me has its own beauty, color, and picture. Whether it is heritage buildings, or sunset or sunshine moments, the calligraphy, the words, the beauty, the sea, the land, even the walls, all of my many of my abstract artwork reflect these themes and this store of meanings from the surrounding environment. Uh, So I started to take pictures as an artist who moved towards abstract visual art. So I started to be inspired from a line of poetry, from the views I see, from any picture I take by my mobile, and I started to convert any picture I can take with my mobile into an abstract visual art. Any simple view that I can take with my mobile can be converted abstractly into my visual art. It's like a small plant that you can see on the floor, even a crack in the wall. Anything would inspire me to come up with a new painting. So all artistic exhibitions have a great role in developing myself and my personality and my work, and to have a solid foundation for the name of the Qatari female artist, Miss Jamila Al Ansari. And this was shown into the social media and the newspapers and also on TV and other social media. So my contribution in the community, as you can see, my artwork in Qatar about Salam was one of the um, my contributions. I have lots of work inside the buildings, inside the embassies and ministries, and also in Al Janoub Stadium, which about 15 meters. I've got also some work in some Qatar hotels like Doha Sheraton and the Need Hotel. All these works would make me proud and happy that I contributed with people to convey the message of art and love. So I'm really proud and happy uh, to have produced such visual arts in these different places. I'm really loving what I'm doing. This is Salam artwork, next to which where okay, so the visual art next to the Salam painting is the bathtub, where it is clean and shiny and beautiful from outside, but from inside it reflects the conflicting wars and problems in the world we are living in, where many people are being killed. So we are promoting peace and love. As I told you, in my latest work, I started to be more abstract in my artwork. I started to convey the message of love and peace in most of my work, especially the word of love and the message of love, which attracts the eye, attracts the heart, and the mind as well. So that's why all my recent works will reflect the message of love. As you can see in my pictures, I have got the word and the message of love at the background behind me in the pictures. The Arab horses and the Qatari horses, which have their own beauty, and you can see also in the background I have got the calligraphy as well. And these are some of my visual arts, which combine the Arab horses and the Arabic calligraphy. We have got the Arabic calligraphy visual art with ink on paper. Okay, the first one talks about spreading the concept of virtue and good deeds. And the second one talks about the concept of horses, and these are some of my artworks as well. Um, and this is a new concept which talks about the dream, which is found in the Need Hotel in Doha. Some of my artworks also is a contribution of a message of love in different formats, as you can see. So you can see the word love written in different directions into the artwork, and the white color will reflect tranquility and peace. Some of the pieces of advice that I'd like to give to my students is that there are lots of centers where which are part of the Ministry of Culture and the Youth. You can apply and get enrolled into different workshops about leadership, self-development, visual art, sports art. I advise all art education students to go to these centers uh, where artists can so you can also contribute to the ministries where you attend lots of trainings and exhibitions. All these trainings and workshops will have a great impact on your career as a future art education. I'd like to thank you very much for your attendance. If you've got any questions, please write them on the chat, or you can open up the mic to start asking. Miss Jamila Al Ansari, I'd like to thank you very much for your great contribution, for your inspiring journey. Uh, I'm sure our students would like to ask some questions. If you've got any questions, please raise your hand and I'll give you the chance to open up the mic to ask the questions. I'd like to ask you some questions. So at the beginning, you said that you have joined Qatar University as a biology student, and then you moved to visual art. How did your parents react to the change of major from biology to art education? Some parents would view biology as more important than art. As you know, Mr. Masoud, it's really challenging for to be a science student in high school and to finish this and to be specialized in biology, and then you tell them that no, I don't like biology. I'm more passionate about art education. It was really a shock. Parents told me to think twice. Are you sure you want art education? And my father was really supporting me. He told me, "Are you convinced to be an art education student? Just ask God for advice through your prayers, and if you have been accepted, you will proceed. If not, you will go back to biology. And thanks for God, I have been accepted as an art education student." You have been through different schools of art education, realism, until you reached abstract art. What I want to know, what does realistic school of art, abstract school of art, expressive school of art, what does each of these terminology mean? So, realistic school of art is where you draw something as if it is a picture. Uh, Expressive school of thought is where you draw something and where you need the artist to talk about it and to explain it. What does it mean? To explain its hidden meaning. Right. So for example, I can draw a line and I can tell you that this is just a chair. So I'm moving now into abstract school of art. So different artists use different schools or follow different schools. Realistic schools of art have got their own artists where they are passionate about what they are doing. Expressive also have expressivism. Expressivism have also its own artists. Abstract school of art also has its own arts. So I found myself passionate about abstract visual art where we simplify the message to a great extent, and where also we combined Arabic calligraphy in my abstract visual art. And I also loved the Diwani calligraphy, where it's slanted uh, so I combined between my slanted drawing with the Diwani drawing and calligraphy as well. Now it's turn to let some students ask some questions for you directly. So we've got Mariam Ikwari has got a question. Peace be upon all of you. Hello, Ms. Jamila. I'd like to ask you about how you strengthen your talent. How would I strengthen my talent as an artist? I can see something and I can draw it, but whenever I attend trainings or workshops, it doesn't strengthen my talent as you have expressed in your presentation. As you know, visual art is a talent. It's similar to sports and similar to other talents. Uh, so a talent should exist so that I can develop it later, especially your hand and with the muscle of your hand. So you train your hand and your eyes regularly uh, to draw, where you uh, gradually move from one school of art to another. So literally you would know how can you draw a human face, how can you divide its different parts. So you have to be trained every day and regularly on how to draw these things. Mm. It needs lots of training. The talent, the muscle, your hand muscle and your eyes needs lots of training so that you can achieve your goal. Another question. Uh, I have another question, Ms. Jamila, and this question is related to the impact of artificial intelligence on the artists and their contribution to the field of art. Of course, artificial intelligence will have a great impact, uh, but it doesn't dispense with the human being. As an artist, when I would like to express something in my own style, and when I hold the brush and I express my feelings and my energy in my paintings, I express in a way uh, that reflects love, peace, happiness. All these messages that are reflected in my visual artworks are derived from my own personal positive vibes and energy. So the artist expresses himself clearly. Uh, uh, we're almost done with this session. No more questions are being asked. We've got a student who wants to ask a question. Aisha Mutawa, uh, she wants to ask a question. So go ahead, Aisha. Please introduce yourself before asking the question. Peace be upon all of you. I am Aisha Mutawa. I am a student at Qatar University. I'm first year student. I am facing a problem as Miss Jamila mentioned. When she was struggling with specialization. Uh, Now I am facing the same problem. I am I am first year student, uh, and I'm studying something I'm not passionate about, but I'm more passionate about art education. I feel really passionate and loving art more than anything else. My question is, uh, did you ever face a problem with how to hold your brush uh, uh, and how to express yourself. And after graduating from university, did you develop yourself more? There are totally different kinds of pens. They When I started holding the pen at the very beginning to draw, it was my hand was not trained well. Uh, uh, So you have to practice drawing. You have to practice visual art. When when you buy the box of colors, you would know which type of color would be useful for me, and this type of colors would be beneficial or not. When you start taking part in the training programs where you develop your skills as a visual artist, uh, so you will find yourself after 2 years of training will be producing different quality, higher quality artwork. You will be developing year after year, I'm sure. Especially when you search for exhibitions, attend exhibitions, learn from them, and practice your art. Even when you're searching. When you see in social media and YouTube to learn from how artists draw their arts, how they foreground and use colors for a solid foundation for their backgrounds. Which acrylic color do you use? Which color do you use? Uh, when you use it in a way that you like, I'm sure you will be producing better quality artwork. Art education has a future. Art education for me was a hobby which is not being developed. When I start coloring my when I start coloring my painting, uh, I'm facing a problem. So I think you need to have a solid foundation in drawing and art, visual art. I loved art as a hobby, but study will strengthen your hobby as an artist. You can combine between academic study. You can combine between academic study and your art as a hobby. But if you would like to change your major and be an art education, you can start changing major and building up on this and developing your skill. Uh, So as you can see from the questions asked by students, these students are really passionate. They want to change their major, and I'd like you to give them some advice where to go and how your future direction will look like. So Ministry of Culture, Visual Arts in Qatar has got a center. Ministry of Culture has got a center where they will be trained. There are lots of art education centers uh, sponsored by Ministry of Culture. So if you visit Ministry of Culture, also Ministry of Youth and Sports have got lots of art education centers in different parts of the country. Uh, Matafi Matafi offers lots of art workshops and training programs. And also you've got art residence for artists. This is more specialized. So there are lots of centers. So I really advise them to go for non-profit centers which are free and sponsored by Ministry of Sports or Sports of Culture. Thank you very much, Ms. Jamila Al Ansari, for your insightful workshop for our students at Qatar University in the core curriculum program and Deanship of General Studies. Thank you very much for being part of our session today. It was really an insightful journey. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much. It was really a pleasure. And now, I would like to conclude our session. I'd like to thank you very much for your attendance for our session of our distinguished guest, Miss Jamila Al Ansari, who talked about her success story about visual art. We'll meet you again in future sessions. Inshallah, thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.